Hey family, Dad here. Hope you're having a great day. On this video, I just wanted to talk about the real importance of tracking your money and budgeting. You got to know where your money goes. In the climate that we're in today, where the market is very volatile, and this is late April right now, you see outrageous car prices and car payments on social media, what people are paying. I mean, I think the average car payment right now is like $700 or something like that, over the course of, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years, which is ridiculous. And bring with that just the unstable job market. I'm seeing a whole bunch of videos on people that have been laid off for a significant amount of time and the challenges of finding a job. So in my mind, budgeting has never been more important than it is today. You got to know where your money is going. Do you know how much you pay for food? Do you know how much you pay for restaurants? Do you know how much you pay for groceries? Do you go to convenience stores and buy yourself a soda, a lunch? Do you know how much you spend on monthly subscriptions, Amazon packages, gas? If you don't know, then you should know. You should know where your money is going. Now, most of us know how much we make, how much gets deposited into our bank accounts every 2 weeks, but we really don't know where that money is going. It's really important, I think, in this day and age of how much we know, how much we are spending. Now, for me, one of the things that I do use, and I use it religiously, is a budgeting app. I use the Every Dollar app that Dave Ramsey endorses, and I've used it for years. Now, I know there's plenty of other apps that are probably just as good. I know You Need a Budget has an app. And using anything is better than doing nothing. And as I've said, I've used my Every Dollar app for years. It keeps track of all my monthly spend. I create categories, and every time I spend money, I open the app and add it to my budget. Now, at first, it was a little tough just to kind of open up the app every time I make a transaction. But for me, it's developing a habit. Usually it takes a couple weeks, a couple months, and once you're doing it, it just becomes automatic. It really helps me on what I look at and what I spend and assess on where I need to reduce my spending. And I think most of us want to have a general idea of where our money is going. For an example, for me, one thing that was really surprising when I started using the app was how much I spent on food. Now, I know rent, mortgage, is one of the biggest expenses, but food is one of the highest expenses as well in typical households. I was spending a gross amount on groceries and as well eating out. And once I identified all that, specifically in the food category, I started making adjustments. I started writing out lists for groceries. And another thing that really helped me out is online grocery shopping. So I place an order online. Every Wednesday, Thursday, I'll place an order on what I need, and then I'll pick it up Friday morning. Part of it is just because they provide incentives. They give me points, extra points, if I place an order and pick it up on Friday. And with the online shopping, I just order what I need. One of the biggest weaknesses for me is when I used to go regularly to the grocery store and constantly just kind of going up and down the aisles, I would just randomly, unconsciously pick out stuff and just throw it in my cart. Now I just don't have that luxury when I do online grocery shopping. So that's helped me save some money. And I focus on just going to the grocery store max 2 times a week. Now before I used to go 3-4 days a week just randomly, but now I've made it a point where I would just go max 2 days a week. So that's just one of the categories that I've kind of really focused on and pay attention to over the last couple years since I've used the app. Other things are just like clothes. Clothes is another big thing that I keep an eye out. And I've realized over the course of, decades, clothes aren't really important to me. I don't need to buy expensive designer brand clothes at this point in my life. I just need something that's functional and serves its purpose at this point. And I don't really care where it's from. Now I do know that one thing that's really high in my spending category, and it doesn't happen consistently, but it does happen, maybe every other month or every quarter, is my working out, my activities expense, such as going to the gym, paying for classes to attend workout sessions and things like that. That's pretty high. That's on average probably at least $150, $200 a month. But it's worth it for me because I really enjoy working out. That's my therapy, provides great benefits for me physically and emotionally. But yeah, that's one thing that really was eye-popping when I started using the app is how much I spend on kind of health and wellness. So tell me your thoughts. Are you budgeting? Are you not budgeting? Why and why not? Comment, like, subscribe. I would definitely appreciate it. So that's all I got. I'll see you all at the next video.